What's going on to all of my Geminis out there? So let's get into it. All right, so let's shuffle this up. All right, so you Geminis, you've got the Two of Pentacles, the Four of Wands, the High Priestess, the Four of Pentacles, and then you have the Temperance. You have the Ace of Swords, the Three of Pentacles, the Ten of Cups, the Four of Cups, and last but not least, you have the Eight of Wands. So what I'm seeing here is this is a situation for a lot of you Geminis, right? Where, you know, the Two of Pentacles, the Four of Wands, and the High Priestess, it really speaks to a very important time for you right now. The Two of Pentacles and the Four of Wands just represents you just kind of rethinking. You're just kind of rethinking your life right around now. Rethinking about, and what I mean by that is going kind of rethinking how your life is structured, and that there's a need for a change, and you Geminis know that. Now, how you Geminis will go around about this, obviously it's completely up to you, right? It's 100% up to you. It's just that, excuse me, it's just that you Geminis already know what time it is for you, where you know that you're going through something. A lot of you know that you're going through the clip-off right now, right? The High Priestess, you're going through the clip-off. All the tunnels are set right now. And, right, because the High Priestess is one of those dark cards, right? It represents one of those crisis moments, the time of crisis where a lot of you Geminis know that there's something off about just your life in general, love life, everything, and that you know that you need to fix it. But a lot of you, and you know at this point what you need to fix, but a lot of you Geminis are having a hard time doing that. Listen, and I may make a video talking about this. Don't be too prideful. Make those changes. I'm just tell you right now, make those changes, because that's paramount. What you want to do is make those changes that are necessary. So the thing is that the Four of Pentacles and the Temperance represents, so you Geminis may have options, right? When it comes to love and things of this nature, but you Geminis may be kind of stuck in your old ideas. Even though you may have people who like you, you may be kind of stuck in your own ideas where you may not necessarily want to put yourself out there and have to walk up to somebody and talk to them first. Well, again, are you in it to play games, or are you in it to actually meet somebody that you're compatible with? Because there should be nothing wrong with you doing the approaching, you know, because a lot of times people don't seem to understand how, again, not doing the approaching all the time is actually lame, and it puts yourself out there. Now, I'm not saying that you Geminis are on that, but what I am saying is that you want to approach more. Put it like this: you want to approach, or you should have no problem with approaching, just like you should have no problem with someone walking up to you and starting a conversation with you. You want to get just as good, because that's what you call social skills, right? Like, you know, even when it comes to not dating, stuff like this, right? When you go to the cashier to check something out from the supermarket or something like this, do the cashiers come to you? No, you got to go to the front of the store. You got to go to the front of the store before you actually and pay for your groceries before you actually check out. That whole time, that's you doing the approaching. So all of that, I don't want to approach stuff like this. That's not the mentality that's really conducive to actually getting results. And I'm not saying that to get at y'all. I'm saying that to let y'all know what it really is. A lot of people out here really are caught up in delusion, right? And in the video that I got coming up, I'm going to explain why that is. You're not supposed to always just not approach, because a lot of that stuff is fear. And the people who see what it is, they know, like, oh, okay, you like to play these games and whatnot because you're really scared to approach somebody. Now, again, I'm not saying that that's how you Geminis are moving. That's how I'm saying to explain to y'all the games and the type of things that people do. But in actuality, I'm revealing to you that it's not based off of some sort of game. What it is that it's making up a lie or making up some sort of an excuse, because people are really afraid to approach people because they don't want to get shot down, because in their mind, they're trying to build up this case for them. They're trying to make it seem like they're that important. And no one is that important to not get rejected. No one is that important to not get rejected. We can all catch an L. We can all get rejected. Believe me, even the celebrities and the people who are millionaires, and I can show and prove this, even they get rejected. Even they don't get what it is that they want. Even the dating pool is even difficult for them, believe it or not. And you may be asking yourself, well, what do you mean? How? I'll explain it. So the thing is that the Four of Cups represents this being a situation for you where, again, the experiences that you're having right now, the time that you're in, should be a very lucid one. It should be a time of realization and reflection, right around now. If you're not learning anything at this time, my dear Geminis, that means that you are going to go through this type of experience, this type of dark experience again. You want to learn while you're in this experience. What are the things that you should be learning? And see, I'm gonna just go ahead and say what it is right now. It's ego. A lot of people in the dating pool don't want to admit that they need to start being more upright and upstanding and decent. How are you going to put your best foot forward? And I'm not saying you Geminis, I'm saying in general, just explaining to you what it really is, how you can start adding value to your life. People who do not approach in the dating pool is seen as lame to people who really know what they're doing, because it is lame. Because what you've essentially shown is, what you've done is you've managed to insult the people who really know what it is that they doing, because you trying to play it off like you're so important that approaching people is beneath you, when truth be told, it's unrealistic. Even in its totality, it's unrealistic and it's delusional, because factually it's unrealistic, and delusional, because so you never approach anybody for any kind of discussions whatsoever in your life, ever, for anything. That's not reality. So when it comes to, but why is it when it comes to romanticism, you can't do the same thing, which is to approach sometimes the way that you would anything else that you wanted to get? Is because a lot of times people play those games and stuff like this because they don't want to put themselves out there, because based off of fear. Because if you really had confidence like that and you really know you got it, you wouldn't even be worried about the rejection, because you know that you got. So you wouldn't care either way. Either way for you, it would be good. Because if a person wouldn't be able to see the fact that it's obvious that you have value and it's obvious that you've got something going on, but only to the trained eye it's obvious, right? Then the person would be glad to take you Geminis on, right, as a partner. But at the same time, if the person was dysfunctional, right, and they have too much ego, right, they got too much going on, right, what would that show and prove? That would show and prove that these are people who are not yet developed within themselves, because they still have issues even identifying, oh, this is a person who obviously has value, but they putting it out there, I should say, specifically like they have value. Let me go and investigate some more to see if it's really true. But the Ace of Pentacles, because the truth is that the dating pool is not always comprised or made up of people who do the approaching and people who just sit back and do no approaching. It's comprised of both. You're supposed to do both. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're supposed to be just as good as sitting back and allowing something to come to you. And truth be told, sometimes the people who do more approaching than they do sitting back, sometimes they want to sit back and see who come to them. And when you have people who don't want to do the approaching and they're halving it, it just goes to show you, like, you're supposed to be doing this, but you won't even put yourself out there. But you want me to meet you halfway, and you're not even willing to meet me halfway. So this is why, as I say to you, Geminis, you got to get your game on point. You know what I mean? So the things that the Ace of Swords, the Three of Pentacles, and the Ten of Cups represents how this is a situation where you need to understand how, you need to understand not to approach people from this perspective, where it's your approach is off-putting to other people, right? You want to be, you want to know how to engage with people, and you want to know how to engage with individuals unique to their own perspective. And how you do that, number one, is to, number one, approach a lot more. Number two is to sit back and see who comes to you as well, and listen to what type of time they're on. Because put it like this, people out here so caught up with their ego of not wanting to put themselves out there, right? Gemini, to the point where people just can't say, I like you and I want to get to know you. They got to go around the bushes and go around the world with it. But to people who know what it is that they're doing, it sounds like it's like, yo, I don't want to hang out with you. Why? Because you too caught up with your own ego to just say, I like you and I want to get to know you, because you that delusional with it. You can't even, so you Geminis don't want to be that. You Geminis don't want to be that. So the Three of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups represents you Geminis want to be about learning how to communicate with people, being more direct about who you are and what you want. And that if you get rejected, understanding that rejection is good, actually, because those are essentially weeding out the people that are dysfunctional in the first place. Because the truth is that more of us should be more open to what we could date. But the problem is the preferences, as I said before, the preferences is what's messing up a lot of people. Because when you have too many preferences, that makes it a particular type. And when you preferencing, you preference so much to the point where you preference yourself out of the dating pool because nobody is good enough for you. Because you have so many like preferences and things of this nature. You're so particular. That goes beyond Virgo. That's so particular to the point where it's like you're not going to end up with anybody at all. So what you want to do is you want to have preferences, of course, no doubt. But at the same time, you're supposed to be able to be flexible with it, right? Y'all are Geminis. So you want to be a little bit flexible and kind of have that give, that bend, right? To your preferences. You don't want to be hard and rigid and stuff like this, because then you'll essentially preference yourself out of the dating pool. The Four of Cups and the Eight of Wands represents this being a situation for you where pay attention to if anyone that you approach, that you try to approach, gives you a difficult time. If these people are giving you a difficult time, go on about your business and speak to somebody else. You shouldn't even be worried about that, because why are they giving you so much of a difficult time in the first place? You know? So let's clarify the Temperance. Way too much fear out here, the dating pool. Way too much fear. But you have, to clarify the Temperance, we have the Queen of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords, the Four of Swords. Very interesting. This is about how a lot of you Geminis, should have a lot going for yourselves right around now. A lot of you Geminis do have a lot going for yourselves. But don't use that as an excuse to not meet somebody, to not date, to not have fun, right? The Ace of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords, the Four of Swords. This is about how a lot of you Geminis should also get to know somebody who is you Geminis should also get to know somebody who is reciprocal in this relationship, and just, you know, who gives back, right? Who wants to get to know you. You know, they're not giving so much to the point where, you know, they trying to butter you up to getting good with you, but at the same time, they should be reciprocal. They shouldn't, you know, have a problem with telling and showing you that they do like you, right? Because that's another thing too. A lot of times people think when you tell them that you like them, a lot of people in the dating pool, like, that's what I'm trying to say. The dating pool is just trash. And that's why it is that personally I don't date. You know what I mean? Like, I just help people with it, because people make it seem like if you tell them that you like them, that's like poison. That's like, it's like, yo, so what do you want me to do exactly? You know what I mean? You want me to, what do you want me to do? You want me to be like, oh yeah, you know, I can't stand to be around you, you know, you know, I think that you're the worst person in the world. I think that you're just awful. Oh, like, I don't know what people are thinking. No, I do know what they're thinking. And it's lame. It really is. It's lame. So let's clarify the Eight of Wands. Right? So you have the Queen of Pentacles, the Seven of Swords, the Ace of Wands, and then you have the Hanged Man. So this is about how a lot of you Geminis, right? So you're going to be out here communicating with a lot more people, you're going to introduce yourself to a lot more people, right? And some people may end up introducing themselves to you. The point is, you're going to be getting to know a lot of people, right, around this time. Or a few people, I should say, like 2 or more. And the Queen of Pentacles, the Seven of Swords, the Ace of Wands, and the Hanged Man, they all represent, just be mindful of how people come at you. And that if it seems off, where it's just dysfunctional, then it's dysfunctional. And that you shouldn't even waste your time with people who are dysfunctional, because it says that they haven't really matured with how it is that they approach people. The Ace of Wands and the Hanged Man represents you Gemini is supposed to know what it is that you're looking for, right? And maintain that standard of what it is that you're looking for. And I may end up having to, I'm going to talk about it in the decency video, why having standards are so important, and what standards are, because a lot of people are kind of delusional about that out here too. So just to kind of help, you know, my subscribers with it, you know what I mean? I'm gonna go ahead and explain what they are. So that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. I'm trying to get this YouTube channel to 3,500 subscribers. I'm on 3,100, right? 400 subscribers left to go, right? Hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the notification bell, and set the notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop these videos. Peace.